What psychology reveals about every woman's first impression. They say it only takes 7 seconds for someone to decide who you are. 7 seconds before you've even spoken a word. And here's the truth. Women aren't judged less. They're judged differently. Not only by men but also by other women, by employers, even by strangers in passing. Psychology shows that in those moments people are scanning for signals. Your presence, your warmth, your confidence, your trustworthiness, all at once. First impressions aren't superficial. They're rooted in psychology, simply human wiring at work. And the unspoken part. These snap judgments can shape your opportunities, your relationships, even how seriously your voice is taken. Welcome to For Every Woman XO, where we go beyond the surface, past the usual smile more or dress nice cliches and into the psychology of presence, power, and first impressions. If this resonates, like this video and subscribe for more insights made for women who want to step into their quiet power. Why first impressions matter more for women. Here's the truth. Women are noticed differently. And yes, part of it comes down to the uniqueness of our essence, the undeniable magic of our design. Research shows that when a man walks into a room, people often wait to hear what he has to say before forming an opinion. With women, the read happens faster. The impression forms almost instantly. Not because women are weaker, but because culture has trained people to pay closer attention to her cues, her presence, her energy. Competent but not cold. Attractive but not trying too hard. Friendly but not naive. Confident but not arrogant. The margins may be narrower, but that's not a burden. It's an edge. Because first impressions aren't about vanity. They're about psychology. The brain works through patterns and it's always scanning. And when you understand those patterns, you don't lose yourself. You actually stand out more. You lean into your originality, not away from it. The 4 dimensions people instantly scan. Psychologists say the brain scans for 4 dimensions the moment you appear. Think of it like a silent checklist running in people's minds. 1. Dominance and status. Before anyone notices your words, they notice your positioning. Do you carry yourself as someone who expects respect? Or as someone asking permission to exist? The brain is scanning for subtle cues. The way you hold your head, the pace of your steps, even the calm or restlessness in your gestures. These cues signal status, and status is primal. Humans are always evaluating hierarchy. Who leads? Who follows? Who commands the room? And here's the fascinating truth. Dominance doesn't always look like aggression or loudness. In fact, true status is often communicated through stillness. The woman who enters calmly, without fidgeting, radiates more power than the one who rushes and trying to be noticed. Dominance is the difference between being perceived as one of many or as someone important. 2. Warmth. At the same time, people scan for warmth. Why? Because humans are wired to decide if you're safe to approach, or if you're a threat. Warmth is not about being overly friendly. It's about signaling openness without losing composure. A tiny upward shift in your expression, a relaxed tone, or the way your shoulders are not tightened. These send signals of warmth. When a woman carries too much tension, others may unconsciously read her as cold, unapproachable, or even hostile. But when she's overly eager, people sense neediness instead of genuine openness. The balance is in calm warmth, the kind that says, I see you, but I don't need you to validate me. That is magnetic. 3. Desirability. Now, this one is often misunderstood. Many think desirability is only about beauty, but psychology shows otherwise. Desirability is an energetic signal. It's about how comfortable you are in your own skin. You've met women who aren't defined by trends or appearance. yet something about them draws people in. That's desirability at work. It's a blend of vitality, ease, and presence. The brain picks up on whether your movements flow naturally, or whether you seem trapped in self-consciousness. Desirability isn't about perfection. It's about a woman radiating, "I belong here and I am enough." That's why confidence, real embodied confidence, is more attractive than flawless features. Because people feel the freedom you've given yourself and they want to be near it. 4. Trustworthiness. Trust is the invisible currency in every interaction. Humans subconsciously always want to know if they can trust you. The mind is always working out if you are genuine, and if what you say aligns with what you show. This is why congruence matters. If your words say one thing but your body says another, the brain detects it in an instant. Your eyes, your tone, your micro-expressions, they all need to align. Trustworthiness is communicated when your presence feels steady, not desperate for approval, not hiding behind masks, just consistent, grounded, whole. And here's the beautiful part. When people sense trustworthiness, it lowers their guard. They want to know you more. Because in a world full of pretense, a grounded presence is rare. Put all 4 together: status, warmth, desirability, and trust, and you see the unspoken equation of first impressions. It's not about impressing people with beauty. It's about influencing the lens through which they see you. The hidden psychology of appearance. What you wear, how you style yourself, how polished you appear. All these send signals to the brain. But here's the secret. Appearance alone can't override energy. A beautiful outfit on an anxious body feels like armor. People sense the mismatch, but a simple look worn with presence feels powerful. So instead of obsessing over appearance as decoration, think of it as framing. Your presence is the art. Energy speaks louder than words. Psychology calls it thin slicing. The brain takes fragments of your behavior and builds a whole narrative about you. That's why your energy is louder than your words. People remember how you made them feel before they remember what you said. If you enter hurried, tense, apologetic, they translate as uncertain. If you enter calm, grounded, at ease, they translate as secure. Your energy is the invisible signature you leave behind, engineering a first impression that commands respect. So how do you shape those first 7 seconds without pretending? Posture that reflects self-respect. A lifted head and open stance aren't an act. They're an outward sign of how you hold yourself. Warmth that unfolds naturally. A calm expression that softens with time shows you're open but never seeking. Eyes that stay present. Steady, grounded attention, not darting, not forceful, communicates you're fully here. A natural signature. Maybe it's the way you gesture, or a distinct style choice. The point isn't to create one, but to own what's already you. Emotional steadiness. A few deep breaths before you step in make your presence feel centered, and people pick up on it instantly. Every woman leaves a first impression. The only question is, are you letting others define it for you, or are you shaping it yourself? When your presence carries warmth, desirability, and trust, people don't just see you, they experience you. And the most unforgettable impression you can ever give is not "she's pretty" or "she's nice." It is, "she knows exactly who she is." This is not about being a mask of yourself. It's about allowing your true essence to speak before you ever say a word. When you feel at home in yourself, everyone else feels it too. If this resonated, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a woman who deserves to know her power. Like this video and subscribe to For Every Woman XO, where we don't just talk beauty or success. We talk about the psychology of being unforgettable. Watch this next. Why lasting attraction has nothing to do with looks. Here, you'll learn why what holds attention has little to do with beauty, and everything to do with the feeling you create. You'll find the link in the description below. See you in the next video. You are For Every Woman XO.